I will be honest with you. For a long time, I believed I had found the solution. Work more, work longer, never stop. In my mind, it was logical. More hours equals more results. So I followed that without thinking. I woke up at 9 a.m. and I worked again and again without real breaks, sometimes without eating. And I ended my days around 11 p.m. every single day. On paper, I was disciplined, but in reality, I was not performing second. The brutal realization I thought I was disciplined, but in reality, I was just inefficient, and I only understood this later. But this sentence explains everything, because for a long time, I thought the problem was lack of effort, but the real problem was how I was working. I remember a very precise moment, 10:58 p.m. I am still in front of my screen. Total silence, heavy fatigue, not normal tiredness, mental exhaustion. I read the same thing again. I make simple mistakes. I waste time on unnecessary details. And then a trigger moment. I realize something brutal. I have been here for 14 hours, but I am barely moving forward. And a question comes to my mind. How can I work so much and progress so little? That is where everything changed. Third, the real problem. Working 14 hours did not help me. It destroyed my clarity, and I understood something. Nobody clearly says. Working long hours means nothing if you are not performing. Performance is not about time. It is about the quality of your brain during that time. And my brain was slowly getting destroyed without me realizing it. Fourth, the fatigue trap. Because when you work too long, without breaks, without energy, without proper food, your brain slows down. You become less precise, less fast, less effective. But you think you are progressing because you are busy, and being busy is not progress. It is just filling time. Fifth, the unconscious repetition. And this trap is dangerous because you can repeat it for months, years, without changing anything in your life. And I was exactly in that situation. I started at 9 a.m. I worked non-stop. I sometimes ate in front of the screen. I kept going again and again, and I called that discipline. But in reality, it was disguised exhaustion. Sixth, the turning point. And one night, at 10:58 p.m., I understood something powerful. If I continue like this, nothing will change. Not in 1 month, not in 6 months, not in 1 year. And that scared me, really, because I realized something simple. I could work 14 hours a day and still stay in the same place. So I stopped lying to myself, and I started observing. Seventh, the analysis. And I discovered 3 things. 1, I was constantly exhausted. An exhausted brain does not build anything solid. It survives, but it does not create. 2, I was doing the wrong things. I was working a lot, but not on what really mattered. I was filling my days, but I was not moving forward. 3, I was avoiding real work. Difficult work, the kind that requires thinking, the kind that actually moves a project forward. And instead, I was doing easy tasks just to feel productive. 8th, the change. So I changed. Not all at once, but step by step. I stopped destroying myself. I started eating properly again, taking breaks, recovering energy, because without energy, you cannot build anything. I reduced my working hours, less time but more focus. 4 to 6 hours of real focus are worth more than 14 hours of fatigue, and everything changed. 9th, the new rule. Every morning I ask myself a simple question. What is the one thing today that can truly move my project forward? Just 1, not 10, not a huge list. 1/10, the final truth. The problem is not lack of work, it is lack of direction. Today, I can tell you something simple. Working hard means nothing if you are not performing, and performance does not come from time. It comes from your energy, your clarity, your focus, your priorities. Conclusion: So if you relate to this, if you also work a lot but see no results, stop forcing and start correcting. Because the truth is simple. It is not more work that changes your life. It is better work. And remember that moment. 10:58 p.m. Tired, lost, stuck. Next time you reach that point, do not continue automatically. Stop and ask yourself, am I really moving closer to my goal? Because the difference between the two is the difference between staying stuck and moving forward. Let me know in the comments. Do you also work a lot but see no results?